Hello, my name is Brayton Oski.
And I'm Austin Morales, and you're watching The Inner Gamer on.
Today we'll be talking about the PlayStation 5 updates. We haven't yet seen the console, but PlayStation just revealed the DualSense controller. It is now white and is vastly different than what we've seen in the other controllers. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit about what some devs were saying about PlayStation 5 and also some of the issues potentially surrounding the development of the console itself and why we haven't seen it. So let's dive right in and talk about it.
And as always, if you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and bang that bell, because it's Corona season.
It is time for our video game news. In this segment, we share the best headlines from the week in the gaming industry. If you ever want to contribute to next week's episode, send us a question or comment at hello@innergamer.net. We're always open to some mailbox feedback. All right, let's dive into some video game news. PlayStation 5 has revealed their new controller, which is now dubbed the DualSense. And it is a pretty dynamic shift from past controllers that PlayStation has produced. So whereas before they've always done like a black and gray console controller, this one's dominantly white, and it's got a radically different design. It kind of looks like a cross between the Xbox One controller and the Google Stadia controller a little bit, but it's still got the thumbsticks in the orientation that the current system has. We still have a touchpad. We have the traditional options button. We have the share button, but the share button has been changed to the create button. That means there's likely going to be different features for it. And I would imagine it's going to have more built-in options for turning on and engaging your stream, creating video recordings. Previously, we've always had different colors for the square, triangle, X, etc. Now it's all grayscale. So the only indicators is the positioning of the button on the console controller. They also still have the light bar, but instead of the light bar being where it was along the top, it looks like they have it kind of forming along the sides of the touchpad.
It looks super clean. The way that the touchpad has that backlight.
The light bar.
Yeah, I like the distance it has so far between one handle to the next. This might be the best controller ever. The thing is I really like the Xbox controller. Like, it's pretty...
Right.
It's pretty amazing. It's just... my hands are a little bigger. It's fine for the most part, but if I just had a little thicker, I think I would feel so much better about it.
They said they want it to feel smaller than it really looks, but it's not going to be smaller. And another thing that they said is it's lighter than the current controller, which is also kind of nice, because I don't think the current controller is very heavy.
Right.
But they're still working heavily on maintaining a strong battery life. So that their discussions with developers concluded that the sense of touch within gameplay, much like audio, hasn't been a big focus for many games. So... apparently, the controller uses haptic feedback and has trigger tension. So it sounds like I think every trigger is going to have individualized haptic feedback that you're going to get responses from it to try and make it feel somewhat more immersive. So rather than just getting the whole controller jiggling, you're going to have feedback feelings in every piece of the controller. If you don't have a mic plugged in, there's actually a little microphone right in the center of the controller between the two joysticks that picks up your audio. How good that is, I don't know, but the fact that, like, if worse comes to worse, you have a microphone already built into the platform is kind of nice. I'm wondering if the look of it is going to contribute in any way to the design of the console, because typically it does. So makes me wonder if the console is going to have more curves and more accent lighting, and then most importantly be white. I mean, we haven't seen that since PlayStation 1 where it was gray.
I'm okay with that.
So there's people that went out there and started making their own skins. I am going to share it if you go into our show notes here.
Oh, okay.
There's a link that I just added in there for custom controller designs.
Oh.
One of them is for Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
And it is sharp as shit. They made the touchpad, they put the Assassin's Creed logo. The PlayStation logo is a little gold emblem. The touch controllers are like this like tannish color, and the button triggers are like a gold, and then blue on the sides, and then black in the center. But it looks really nice. Some of these designs in here are solid.
Yeah, these look pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, because there's one that's like from the tweet Lost at Sea Gaming podcast where somebody made one that was for Spider-Man, and that one looks so good. Blue in the center and like the red spider logo around the sides of it. It's so nice.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Damn, I want that.
Right?
Someone make that for me, please. That's pretty nice, man.
And so we have the controller now, we have the specs, but we've yet to see the console itself. There's rumors coming out they're having cooling issues with this new console that could result in a delay, and that they're trying to find the right design that allows it to cool properly so it doesn't like basically explode and have major issues like the Xbox 360 did back in the day. That may be why we haven't seen the design, because they still haven't really fully ironed that out, which makes me worried that they're not going to be able to launch in 2020 like they expected. Traditionally, they're used to doing like a flat console system. I don't know what the PS5 is going to look like. I don't know if we're going to see it this year.
It's very possible. That's what happened to PS3. It launched a year later. Apparently, developers are having a problem with it because the architecture of it was a little wonky. I hope PlayStation continues to push forward and they don't have anything made right now. And then what do they do for new games coming out? Like all those games that are supposed to come out this fall, it kind of sucks for those developers now. One, they can't even work on the game right now. Two, they need that money to sustain them to go forward. And if they're out of a job for another year because they can't launch their game, like that's just not good. I'm worried, man. I'm really worried.
So I have an article that came from Game Rain here that where the Crytek, one of the Crytek developers came out, talked about the PS5. His name's Ali Salehi. He tweeted that the PS5 is, quote, the easiest console they have ever coded on to reach its peak performance. And he added that the PS5 is, quote, extremely simple and has so many abilities that make the devs so free. He said, as a programmer, I say PS5 is much better, and I don't think you can find a programmer that could name one advantage that the Series X has over PS5. The PS5 right now in the dev format is in the hands of developers everywhere. But what they don't have in hand is a production model of it. It sounds like people love it, and it's really fun to develop on. But I just hope they can solve this cooling problem